Welcome to the Rent to Rent Success podcast, all about creating consistent cash flow, escaping the 9-to-5, and really living life on your terms. This is the only podcast entirely dedicated to helping you achieve rent to rent success. It's our place to inspire each other to believe bigger, to be bolder, and to be game changers for good. I'm Stephanie Taylor, your guide on this exciting ride. Let's start up the engines and get ready to fly. Hello, game changers, and welcome inside episode 8 of the Rent to Rent Success podcast. Ooh, it feels so great to be back with you for number 8. You've arrived at the perfect time because I'm right here and I'm raring to tell you all about how much it really costs to set up your rent to rent business. I see a lot of confusion around this and you might be surprised. I want to first of all start, of course, by thanking you for all your reviews. It's blown us away. Thanks so much for all the love. It means a lot and honestly, it keeps me going. And if you've yet to review, please do take a little time to do that. It means the world to us and it helps others to find the podcast too, because it tells Apple this is a good podcast. So let's dive into today's episode. These are the things that you need at the start to set up your business. In this week's episode, I'm covering what you need to pay for when starting your rent-to-rent business. And in next week's episode, I'll go over everything that you need to set up your legally compliant rent-to-rent business in more detail. So, first of all, these are the basic costs. We've worked out to give you an idea how much it will cost. Now, some of them you don't need. So I'm going to walk you through each one and then I'll summarize at the end. So we use the Formations Company to set up our limited companies. You can do this through Companies House. And if you do it on Companies House, it's free. We just find it's a simpler process on Formations Company, but you can use Companies House if you prefer. We pay £10. Obviously, if you do it on Companies House, it's free. Okay. So £10 is the first one. Then you need your public liability and professional indemnity insurance. By law, you need both of these insurances for your business, and the amount will vary according to your needs. It's really important to have an insurer who understands rent to rent. So we usually pay around £200 for that. So that's what we've put there. Then again, by law, you need to be a member of one of the government approved property redress schemes. There's the property redress scheme and there's the property ombudsman scheme. And we choose the property redress scheme because it's better value and it's £132. Again, by law, you need to be a member of the you need to register with the Information Commissioner's Office, and that's £40. Then we say you need to have a domain and a website. We think it's important that you have your place online just so that when letting agents or landlords are looking you up, you have something there. Now, I've allowed £20 for a domain and £50 for building a landing page rather than full-blown website. I think just start off with a landing page, a one-page website. That's all you need. It's just really nobody or people are unlikely to be finding you on Google at the very beginning. It's just really, as I say, for landlords and agents who want to check you out. So you can do it a lot cheaper than this because normally on GoDaddy, who we use for our domains, it's 99p for the first year. I've given you a budget of £20 for the first year, so you should easily be able to find something within that. And you can DIY your website on Wix or similar. We use Squarespace, but I've included £50 because you might want to ask somebody on Fiverr to do the web page for you. So we've included budget for that. Then we need G Suite for email. That's £4 a month. And a virtual landline, £10 a month. Now, both of these are totally optional, but we just think nobody does email better than Google. And G Suite allows you to easily add different names, like at HMO Heaven, for example, you could have hello, you could have info at, you could have Stephanie at, you could have Nicky at, you could have Luke at, you could have team at. And they're really easy to do within G Suite. So that's why we like G Suite. And then, of course, virtual landline. Don't need that, but it's great if you want to have a landline number to use for your letters. And then the controversial bit, I know some people think that you don't actually need a business card, and they're right. It's a digital age, but I find that for a very small investment, it's worthwhile having, because it means that you can leave something physical with the agents and landlords. And a lot of them are or a lot of the landlords certainly are a bit more old school and don't have to have it, but we think it's worthwhile. So I've allowed £50 for the logo and business card design. A lot of designers are much less than that on Fiverr and so on. And a lot of our students have been getting great results from them for hardly any money at all. I'm sometimes shocked how little they're paying. But then the business card printing, I've allowed £50, and you can easily do it within that.
So, are you ready to take the next step? Maybe you still have unanswered questions. We've got you. You can get your free rent-to-rent success guide at rent2rentsuccess.com/guide. That's rentsuccess.com/guide. It'll guide you through what rent-to-rent is all about and whether it's right for you. Now, let's get back to the podcast.
So altogether, everything I've mentioned there for you is £566. And there were quite a few things there that I mentioned that you don't actually have to have. You could choose to DIY or not have and do it from even less than that. So it's under £600 to cover all the bases that we think that you need to cover. So I'm just going to summarize that for you. Formations company, £10. That's only needed if you're setting up a limited company, and you can also do that for free. You've got your public liability and professional indemnity insurance, £200. Property redress scheme, £132. Information Commissioner's Office, £40. Domain, £20. Website landing page, £50. G Suite, £4. Virtual landline, £10. Logo and business card design, £50. Business card printing, £50. Total £566. If you prefer to see all of that written down, go to the show notes page, rent2rentsuccess.com, and you will be able to see you'll be able to see it there. rent2rentsuccess.com/8 for episode 8. And it's rent, R-E-N-T, number 2, rentsuccess.com. Okay. So when you have a property, you will have other costs. Usually you're going to have to pay the first month's rent, and possibly you're going to have to pay a deposit. And then you've got any refurb on top of that. So refurbs can be anywhere from nothing at all for properties that have just been refurbed or already tenanted to around £3,000. That's the on average what our students are paying. So I'll do an episode which is all about refurbs, who should pay, and everything that you need to know about that. But I'm not including that here. Here I'm including the startup costs for starting up the business. So that's it for this week. It's been so sweet. Were you surprised by the startup costs? Were they much lower than you thought? Or was that higher than you thought? Let me know. Join me in Rent to Rent Success Secrets, our fabulous Facebook community, and let me know. I love hearing from you. So please do get in touch. I hope you've been enjoying this. And if you have, please do subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. I say this every week, but it is true. It does mean a lot to me. And I do read all the reviews, and I really do appreciate you all for listening and for writing. Until next week, have a great rest of the week. And remember, believe bigger, be bolder, and be a game changer. I will see you soon. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for listening. If you like the links for anything mentioned in today's episode, or if voice is not enough and you want to see us on video too, you can find all the show notes and lots more at renttorentsuccess.com. That's rent number 2, rentsuccess.com. If you've enjoyed today's episode, we'd super appreciate it if you would take a few minutes to review it in your podcast app. Remember, we'll be donating to our B1G1 charities too for each review you give. Until then, believe bigger, be bolder, be a game changer.